it's tomato다. So this video is a continuation of my last video, which was a how to order from Vograce.com tutorial. Scratch that. I am going in a slightly different direction than originally planned. It's because if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I was fucking pissed off and upset at my latest Vograce order. Not to be confused with the order I made initially for this video. I'm talking about the order that was made after that one. So it's the really recent one. I'm gonna mix actually both into it because one question that I get a lot from people is the timeline of like how long does it take from like ordering to cut line to production to receiving. And unfortunately, I just cannot give you an answer because it's always different. It's always inconsistent. The last two orders, the one originally for this video and the one that was my most recent order, will show you how different and how inconsistent and how unpredictable Vograce can be. Now, keep in mind, I also know other manufacturing companies also have a lot of issues like this, but it is something that I want to address as, you know, I've done several sponsored videos and I want to be honest because I don't want to like mislead people thinking like, oh, it's the best website or best production company in the world when sometimes things go bad. Sometimes they're good. Like the order I was originally going to review for this video, quality was amazing. Everything was great. However, the one after that, it was garbage. Like I was so pissed off when I got that package. I literally cried like so much. I bawled my eyes out. I was so upset. I was ready to film like this very outraged, angry video. But now that several weeks have passed, I've obviously calmed down and I kind of assessed the situation more. And also I waited because I wanted to see how Vograce handled it so I can kind of like report it in this video. But key word is inconsistency. So let me explain to you guys the timeline of the order that I made for this video. That's a continuation of my last tutorial video. I got my notes ready. So I'm going to refer to them as order number 1 and order number 2. Number 2 being the most recent upsetting one. And number 1 is going to be the previous good one. So order number 1, I ordered it on January 9th, 2020. And if you saw in my last video, the Tanuki mouse pads, the files were actually too large to upload it directly onto the website. So I needed to send it through email. And when I made my order that night, I got contact from Vograce, a representative at Vograce, about the missing files. And then I sent it to her. I tried to send it through a Google Drive because I thought it would be too big for email, but the representative didn't have access to the drive. So I uploaded it directly through the email and it actually worked. With that back and forth, on January 11th, everything was confirmed. And then I heard nothing for a few weeks. And February rolled around and it was Lunar New Year's. So, you know, I expect them to probably take like a week off. I'm not sure what the custom is, but you know, it's a big holiday, so go on vacation, whatever. And then I thought maybe after Lunar New Year holidays, I would get contact, but I got nothing. And then February 27th, I sent them an email saying,
What's up?
The next day, Vograce, the same representative, responded and said that they'll check up on the order. And then on March 3rd, I got an email asking about certain specifications for my products. And then, I'm probably gonna say "and then" a lot in this video. On March 7th, I received the cut lines for my order. March 7th. I made my order January 9th. So that's about like a little less than 2 months, but it's pretty much 2 months, okay? That's how long it took to get my cut lines that time. And in my cut line, I was actually missing an acrylic and one of the acrylic cut lines was incorrect. So I let them know And something that I want to emphasize here is that when you get your cut lines, make sure to check that every single thing is on there. If it isn't, ask them and they will either say there is no proof for that. I think the ones that already have a template, they don't give you the proofs for that, or they don't give you the cut lines for that because it's not really needed. Or just to double check, ask for cut lines, but make sure that nothing is missing, because if your cut line is missing, that means that you probably won't get that product. And also, another thing I want to emphasize is if you have one image, but you get them in two different types of products, like two different type of acrylics, make sure in the cut line you see two, even if it's the same image, two representing each type. If you only see one, that means the other one's missing, okay? You want to get one cut line for rainbow acrylics, and even if it's the same image, one cut line for the glitter acrylic. Hope that makes sense. So anyways, after I told them that's not correct, I also asked about the other products, if I'm gonna get a cut line for them or a proof for them. And on March 11th, Vograce responded saying that the notebook and mouse pads do not have proofs. Like I said, I think if you have to fill out a template, you probably won't get it. Then on March 17th, I received the rest of my cut lines for the incorrect files and the missing files. And I confirmed them to be correct, and it went into production. On April 10th, I got a notification that my package was shipped. So it's about a little less than a month for the production, which it's reasonable. I received it on April 18th through FedEx. So after it shipped, it took about a little over a week, which is pretty fast since it's coming from China, right? Like I said before, the products in this order number 1, were really good. I was just so happy with it, and I did sell it at Anime St. Louis, and it was poppin'. And even though it took a long time for me to get my products, I was just really happy that it was good quality. So this original video was me basically going, oh my gosh, I love everything, oh, it's the greatest. And my love for Vograce became bigger. I also want to share with you guys somebody else's experience. So there's an artist named Sweet Princess Kawaii Shop on Instagram. Go check her out. She makes amazing stuff. So she was asking me about the timeline. And the reason why I want to mention her experience is because it was a very similar timeline to mine. So this conversation took place in April, and she said that she made her order 3 months ago, and 3 months ago would make it January, right? And they just shipped it in April. And then when I asked her how the quality was when she received it, she said they were amazing. So it's very, very similar to mine, where we ordered in January, we got our product in April, and the quality was freaking great, okay? Now, I'm gonna say personally for me, I'd rather wait a long time for my products and get really good quality stuff rather than them just rushing it and receiving shit products. It just means because of the wait, I have to plan ahead of time. I'm totally fine with that. I just want good products. My battery is dying. Be right back. I'm back. Okay, continuing. So because order number 1 was so good, after Anime St. Louis, I decided to get a little bit more serious about this manufacturing game. So the week after the convention, I made my biggest purchase from Vograce, which was about the total of $1,500, including the shipping. So the order was made on April 25th, 2022. I got my cut lines on May 3rd. Super quick this time, right? Also, the cut lines were perfect. Nothing was missing and nothing was wrong. Everything was to the specifications that I asked for. There were certain products that I did not get a cut line or a proof for because they were the template type of products. And also, this time, I want to mention that my Vograce representative, I don't know if I should say her name or not. I don't know if there's legal repercussions or safety issues by saying her name, but she was really, really good. She was very meticulous, and on top of that, her English was the best out of all the representatives that I've had. The other representatives, their English wasn't terrible, but you can tell there was a slight language barrier sometimes. But with the current one that I had for this order, her syntax was really good. So it kind of made me feel at ease because she understood completely like what I wanted. And usually I try to communicate like very direct to the point, as simple as possible, just not to confuse, you know, the representative, because like I said, to them it's a second language and it's really difficult. But she was very meticulous and she responded really quickly too. So I'm just really glad, even though Vograce fucked up my order, at least I had her to channel this through. Anyways, got my cut lines on May 3rd. We had a few emails back and forth because I needed something extra, and the email exchange itself went really smoothly. And then on May 10th, the production was finally arranged. On May 25th, I received an email with my tracking notification, and the product arrived on June 7th through FedEx again. Now, when the package was shipped, the representative messaged me saying that production told her that there were 2 packages, so keep an eye out for 2 packages. She made sure to emphasize that. But when I got my package on June 7th, I only got 1 box. And I was looking for the second one, you know, getting worried maybe it was lost or not. But when I brought it in and opened it up, I looked through everything and nothing was missing. Everything was in 1 box, not 2. So I don't know. Either way, when I opened it up, everything was in 1 box. And on top of that, all the expensive items I ordered, more than half of them were messed up. And the ones that weren't messed up were B grades. So I had half, like less than half of B grade items, and then more than half of like items that I don't necessarily want to sell. Like, I mean, I don't want that representing my work. So that's why I was just so upset. Like, those were the items I was looking forward to the most, and they just turned out like garbage. And that's why I ended up crying. Not everything was bad, okay? Like, I had stickers, I had acrylics, I had lanyards, I had other mouse pads. Like, not everything was bad, but the stuff that were bad. And the stuff that were bad was what I was really looking forward to. So later in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the items, not all of them, but like the key items that were bad and why they were bad, and even the good ones, okay? Because I personally think Vograce has really good acrylics. They got their acrylic shit down. Not saying that it's perfect, okay? But I would definitely order acrylics from them again. But in terms of other items, I am probably not going to, and I probably won't do another sponsored video from them, because like I said, like, I don't want to represent or promote something that is kind of like bad quality. And I think it's just really frustrating because these items, I have ordered them before with great success. Their potential is here, and sometimes they meet this potential, and then other times they just like don't. Everything I ordered in order number 2 were reorders. So I've had them before, and I'm using the same exact file without any like changes. So like, why would it come out so good that time and then not come out good this time? I don't know. I mean, I don't work there, so anyways. After being really upset, immediately I contacted the same representative and asked them for either a remake or a full refund, and I immediately got a response back, and they asked for photos of like what was wrong. So I took photos and I typed it in there, like specifically what was like going on. After they looked at it, I was offered a remake or a coupon for my next order, and the coupon is basically store credit. And I'm just like, a coupon for my next order? No, like, what if I don't want to order again? But I think it's their policy, because I have heard from other people that they offer a in-store coupon rather than actual like refund from the PayPal. And I know it's probably a numbers game. You can probably fight it. Somebody told me that if you paid with PayPal, you can file a claim on PayPal, and they'll usually take the customer side. So if things get really bad, I guess you can do that. You can try it. The reason why I paid with PayPal is because my card kept declining. It was like detecting fraud because I'm spending a lot of money in China. So I had no choice but to use PayPal. And now that I think about it, like, I guess that was the better choice, just in case, you know, Vograce says fuck you, then I can say fuck you and just pull my money back through PayPal claims. But I did not have to do that because I opted for the remake. I really like the items. I just wish they weren't such bad quality. And then also, for the remake, I did retract my phone grip issues because the phone grips themselves, they look okay, they work okay. The only problem is that the acrylic falls off, but I found my own solution to that problem, which I'll show you later on. And yeah, if I can fix it myself, like I wouldn't ask for a refund, but some things I just can't fix myself. After that email exchange, my favorite representative, I'm telling you, she is my favorite so far, okay? She arranged for samples, and during the whole time, she was actually really fast at responding. And like, there are some emails that took about a week, but that's because she was waiting on a response from the production line. And also the phone grips, I told her about the issue and she said she's gonna let quality control know about it. Anyways, that final update was yesterday, June 23rd. And basically I was assured that the new remake will be better. So I'm hoping it's true. If it's not, I guess I will make a rager. I feel like that's some kind of like boner reference. I'll probably make like a rage video. We'll see, okay? One more information that I want to add before I show you guys the products is that I was told by another artist who's very experienced in the whole manufacturing game. She told me to avoid ordering from April to September because that is peak season. That's when, you know, everybody's ordering for the summer, I guess, or for the season. I don't know why that would be peak season because you have Christmas in December, but I guess everybody and their mom wants to order from April to September. So, you know, they're very, very busy, and because they're busy, they're backed up. Instead of ensuring quality, they're just trying to push out numbers and push out stuff. The mouse pads have been sitting in my room for about 2 weeks now, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And I was hoping that the creases would like plump up and return back to normal. But as you can see, it's still there. This was the main issue for all of them. They just had this like crease. And I think this is maybe from a packing issue. Like, it was packed really tightly like this. I don't think it's an actual manufacturing issue, but the fact is that it just doesn't disappear. It won't disappear because this is really like stiff. So they should have packed it maybe like this to avoid creasing on the surface, but I don't know, they stacked them like this and it ruined it. Like, this would be an A grade in terms of printing and assembly if it wasn't for this crease. It just bothers me, and my eye just goes to this automatically, and you can definitely feel the indent. But you know what's funny? It's just that I thought these would be standard, but the balls are like, some of them are different shaped and different sizes. Like this one, if you can tell, it's like rippled in. And then this one, the ball sack is like that way. Also, it is printed really low. Actually, I didn't even notice it was printed this low. And it looks... So, this one, it's like a booby shape, right? But this one is like uniboob. Oh, actually, this one's flatter. And then two of them have like this ripping issue going on. Also, this one's, the testicle's flat. Oh, this one's actually misshapen too. I don't know, like, why? I think this is the very worst one out of all the batches. So what I'm gonna do is actually cut it open and see what's inside. And I don't know, I can't sell this anyways. Oh man, it's sticky. Oh, it's like mochi. Oh, it's really sticky. Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez, can you see that? It's clear and sticky. It's not what I expected at all the inside to look like. Okay, yeah, that is definitely interesting. There's this plastic hard base, and then they have a styrofoam base, and then they have the gooey gunk. And the gooey gunk is clear, but everything inside is black. I thought the gel inside would have form, like silicone implants, you know, just and then you put the fabric over it. But this jelly thing, it has no form. All right, this is going into the garbage now. Okay, so that washed off really easily. Thank goodness. The second thing I want to show you guys is the round mouse pads. Now these mouse pads, they don't have a template because it's just fucking round. Also, you don't get a proof for this, but I still asked, and my representative for order number 2 gave me a mock-up of what it would look like. So this one is not from this order. This one is from my very first sponsored Vograce video, and it's exactly what I had imagined, and I was so in love with this. But when this was packed, it was packed like this. I don't want to blame logistics, but you guys can't just shove it in like this, okay? There is a crease here, and I thought the crease would disappear with time. However, it is still here, and it's been almost a year, and you know, obviously it's not going away. But appearance-wise, quality-wise, besides this, I loved it, and I actually use it. It's my main mouse pad. But then the second time I ordered it, it did not look like this. It's in another video, but the print was not what I wanted. It did not look like the first time, and I was pretty disappointed, so I sold those for second sale. Quality was great, just the print was disappointing. But regardless of it being B-sale, it was still pretty popular, so I thought I'd give Vograce another chance, and they pulled through. It looks great. These are the new ones from order number 2, and this is from the very first one. It's perfect. I don't know why my second time wasn't this good. So I went through all of them, and I'm gonna say like 16 to 17 were A grades. This is an A grade. This is what I wanted, you know, with the pastels and everything. The B grades aren't even bad at all. Like, to be honest, the B grades are only B because a few of them have like these tiny dark blackish specks. Can you even fucking see that? And this is the extent of the B grade. Like, it's just because of shit like that I named it B grade. And to be honest, that's like not bad at all. That's still really good. The third time it came out amazing. The first time it came out amazing. The second time, what is happening here? I also ordered other designs. This is an A grade. This is a B grade. The B grade is because of this little speck. That's it. Amazing quality for that. So why is this such shit, huh? Next thing I want to quickly show you guys are the phone grips. Now, this is their new one because if you've seen my past, I know I keep referencing my past Vograce videos, but if you saw my other one, the regular phone grip thing they have, it breaks really easily. So I think that's why they switched it with these. And it kind of looks like that thing in Star Wars. Anyways, some people have told me that they find this to be kind of ugly and clunky and clanky or whatever. But me, I actually like this. So this is the one that I currently have on my phone. This is from order number 1. And this is actually my second one because the first one, the acrylic fell off. It just like fell off. And then the sticky thing got, you know, dirty. So obviously it's not gonna stick very well, right? But I like this. It helps me hold onto my phone a lot better. I just wish this was like turnable. This one too, on the second day of using it, the acrylic fell off. So I'm gonna demonstrate with this one. It's the new one. And oh, see how easy that came off? It's because it's held on by this tape that does shit. But I was able to fix this myself by just removing the tape, and then I scratched both surfaces with like a sandpaper, and then, you know, cleaned it up and used E6000 to glue it back together. And ever since I glued it, it hasn't fallen off at all. Next is the leather notebook. Now I ordered 10 my first time. This is from the first batch. So from order number 1, I ordered 10 and only one was of B grade, which is this one because the printing is a little bit higher. It should be centered, but you can tell that it's, you know, higher. Other than that, they came in amazing condition. My husband has been using it, and yet it looks much better than the new ones I got. So they all come individually wrapped. First thing you might notice, the bands are a different color. I ordered the same fucking exact thing, but this is like a teal color, and then print is centered, yeah. But inside the wrapper, there's dirt. I thought it was like maybe on the outside, fine, but it's actually on the inside. And then there's corners that are crushed, something that I know the camera can't capture, but there's this like sheen. It's like throughout the cover where I think the other side, like it pressed in really, really hard. The original one just had no damage, no sheen, nothing bad. I just wanted this, you know? I don't know why the paint is ripped off. This one's just dirty as fuck. Like, what are you doing with these before you even like cover them? Crushed, indented surfaces, crushed, dirty. You know what's funny? One of them actually had a fingerprint inside because I was sorting them through. The ones that looked at least decent on the cover, I was gonna sell them as a second sale. Man, look at that fucking dirt. Like, dude, come on. Do you see the dirt inside here? You think that shit's on the plastic protection covering. But no, bruh. That shit's on the book. It's on the fucking book. No fingerprints, at least. Anyways, this is why out of 20, I will be selling 9 of them as B grades, and then the other 11, I might give them away, or I might use them myself. I don't know, I'll think about it later. Okay, the last thing I want to review for you guys are the acrylics, and I mean, I wrap them up like this, but the acrylics come in these white bags now, and I mean, they look like this when they come, but if you look, it says compostable, which I'm very happy about that, because they individually package like all the acrylics, and it's just so much plastic, but at least these are compostable. Now this is the 3D acrylic. In my last video, the tutorial, I did this part wrong, so I wanted to tell you guys. Layer 1 is the outside frame, and then inside is layer 2. And not gonna lie, these 3D acrylics look so much nicer in person. I feel like the camera just doesn't do it justice no matter what. And then on the other side, the image is facing the same way because what I did was I submitted layer 1, layer 2, and then just merged the two to make layer 3. And unfortunately for these white parts, you can actually see the image through, like in person too. You can kind of see it on the other side, like that. I have 3D acrylics where the image is also facing the other way. But because it's not white, it's actually colored, you can't see it. As you can see, the acrylics from Vograce are like really good. They've actually, in my opinion, have been improving over the years, and it's just the only consistent quality thing that Vograce has, which is why, like I said before, it's probably the only thing I'll ever order from Vograce again. One thing I have noticed that improved their process is that the rainbow film is actually sandwiched in between the acrylics, because before in the old ones, they were actually just like layered on the outside. You can actually peel the rainbow effect off, but now that it's sandwiched, you can't peel it off. One of the acrylics that I did have a big issue with is this one. It's also a 3D, so it's supposed to look like this. This purple liquid was going to be the middle layer, the background layer, and then the top layer was going to be the sheen of, you know, like making it look like glass. But as you can see, the outline is prominent, but you can't really see the sheen. You can kind of see the little cheeks, But it's supposed to be transparent, yes. But this is like way too transparent. In the proof, it looked like this would look like that. But this is what I got. Vograce asked me to send in a deeper file. Like, I just layered like 3 of these inside to make it more darker. So hopefully it comes out, and then she's gonna send me a sample and I'll say if it's good or not. I do repackage my Vograce items into the bag that it arrived in. That is all that I have to say for Vograce right now. I'm very happy that they are trying to fix the problem. You know, I wish it was avoided in the first place, but what can you do? And I'm gonna end this video with one of Vograce's TikTok videos because I guess maybe they've been getting a lot of complaints lately for them to like put out this video. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.
If you receive wooden keychain or other merch with poor quality, please email us or DM us on any channel.